Now let's start with our syllabus. First one is what? The comments. Just a second. What are comments? For the description then. It is a part of an coding. It's a part of code, but it's not part of execution. Yeah, you people will write with the code, but you people it will never involved in the execution. That is what we call it an comments. Python comments are used to explain See, I'll tell you the purpose of comments, okay? One is they already mentioned that are used to explain the code and all. Best example, have you observed your math textbook? For one sample example, they used to explain step by step what is the first step, second step. They have to write the explanation. Same. Your code has to understandable to another other person in the sense they have to understand easily in the sense if you mention comment, they can easily understand that what it was happening in this specific lines of code and all. Okay. Another one is what? Sometimes we'll get one error. Somehow we will debug. Okay, it is not a general error. Some logical error or something. You have debug. Somehow you have debug. That particular time you have executed. But after 1 year or after 1 month also you can't able to remember that. Okay, how you have solved this one and all. So instead of that, above that line, if you mention that in a comment format, it will be easy for you, right? So if you do the again same mistake, you can able to understand here this kind of error is to come. We have to debug like this. Okay, that is a one more. Another one usage is, I don't know you how many of you know about this. Usually in development we used to do this. For same execution, we used to write a multiple codes. Okay, I written one code. Again on that we used to written some other code also for same execution. And whatever the first code we have written, we won't delete that one. Instead of that, we will make it comment and we will keep it. Further we will use or not, it will secondary. But we won't delete any of the code. We will keep that in a comment format. Why? Anyhow, it was not going to perform in execution. So there will be no time loss, nothing. So we used to keep it in a comment format. Most of the times we'll do it in designing. Because multiple designs is to do, multiple coding. So we no need to delete that. We'll keep it in a comment to do again and again check. Now we used to do that. Okay. For that purpose also we can able to use the comments. So there are two types of comments were there. One is a single line comment. Another one is a, and single line comment is represented by hash. Multi-line comment is like either 3 triple quotes, double quotes open, or 3 single quotes has to open and close. For multiple line, we used to use this. Then now All of you taken this? Okay. So next one is the keywords. Do you know what are the keywords? Keywords are the special or a reserved words to perform a specific task. Okay. That is we call it as a keywords. सही है दोनों में. मुझे नहीं. Yeah, they're built in. We not created. It's already there in Python itself. And that keywords are can't able to used as an identifiers. I'll tell you about that. There's a reserve word for specific task. For example, for is there. It's for loop. So it's identification name for the loop. That you can't able to use it for any variable or function name like that. Variable name or a function name. Or any identifier. So I'll just write a few keywords, okay? See, always key values you can able to see in green color. So you'll understand that any word is come in green color means it is bold green. You people will get it in a bold green color. There are 30 plus keywords were there in Python. Okay. Initially it was 32. Maybe now it was increased. So you have to remember this very much clearly. So keywords can't be used as variable. You have to use that words as an variable name or any function name or any identifier. Okay. Keywords are case sensitive. I have to write as it is. For example, true is there and I have to write it like true only. You can't able to write true. That will be wrong. Okay. We can't able to create an keywords. That is what. We cannot redefine a keyword. You want to check all the keywords of Python means you can write this. These all are keywords of Python. It's better every day you take it in laptop itself. If you want to write, go and rewrite the notes. Okay. Because with the theory only we are going to do the practical. So better everything take it in your laptop itself. Okay. What's your work timings? What's your work timings?
7:45 is my function. Probably 6:30.
You're telling evening, night shift. In the morning?
Yeah, I work Vairai state.
Sorry.
I work as a delegate for Karnataka, overall state.
Okay.
So I just need to know every time we do the office, they implement the strategies. We're teaching things.
It's work from home.
No, I'm just traveling. It changes.
No. But how you're managing that classes?
It's functional days.
Uh-huh.
I'll just go to the level and I'll punish it. So I'll punch out for you when I'm the tablets and the matters.
That's why I asked you like.
Actually, I have pictures and notice that they're not ready to do it occasionally. So I'll just get to the land and pictures and puts.
Dana? Okay. Now let me show you about input and output functions. Okay. First, let me start with an output function. See, now I want to display some message. Okay. Hi, good afternoon, like that. So, which is the output function we are using in Python? Print. Inside that, you just write the code. Hi. Good afternoon. Okay. Inside a print function, either you can use a single quote or you can use a double quote. Okay. So whenever you are printing an manual statement, you can use anything. Single quote or double quote. Dana? All of you done? Everyone? Okay. Now. See, this is a direct statement. But now, I want to say good afternoon for each person. Like I have a list of values. For that individual person, I want to print the statement. So how to do that? For example, I have a name list. Okay. This is a name list. For an individual person, like I have to say, hi A, good afternoon all, hi B, like I want to call that names and I want to print. How to print that? I hope you understood my question. Previously it is just one statement. But now for each person I have to say a
Good.
But usually it will be not like this. I am storing your list, but for this we have to go with a loop and all. Imagine like this. I'll go with only one value. There is one value. See, that can be any value. Okay. I can able to store any value into that name variable. Name is what? This name is what? It's a variable. For that we have stored one variable called as Priyanka. Now I want to read that variable and I want to print. Hi Priyanka, good afternoon. This is my message. How to print that? If you write directly like this, hi name, good afternoon. If you write like this, then what happened? It will print as it is. Why?
Because we have given it the
Because name is a variable. Name is not a statement. Within the double quote only what should be there? Statement should be there, not the variable. You want to print a variable, close that statement. Put a comma. Write variable. After variable still you have a continuous statement. Again put one comma. Again open the double quotes. Again you start writing. See. Understood? Is that clear? It means what? Variables you should not write inside the quotes. Always it should be outside the quotes. Okay. This is one way of printing. This is one way of printing. Okay. I will show you another way of printing. Okay. I'll declare the same variable. See here what happened again and again you have to open, close the double quotes. Correct? Now you have only one variable, fine, no issues. But if you have 2-3 variables in a statement in the sense, then again and again you have to open the double quote, close the double quote, open the double quote, close the double quote. Have to do this. Correct? For that, we have a print method called as dot format method. What method? Dot format method. Like print. Write the complete statement. Wherever you want to write a variable, you put one flower bracket there. Where you want a variable, you just put one flower bracket. Space allocation. Okay. Then you continue. At the end, you just write dot format. Here what you have to pass inside that name. See, if it is one value, it will be too big. But when you have a multiple value, dot format is going to be helpful for you. Okay. Where I want variable, you just keep flower brackets. Open and close flower brackets. Done? Say yes or no? Another way is that, have you done with this dot format method? Understood, everyone? Clear, See, if you are not getting, please ask me. Because if your basic foundation was strong, then you can able to write any other program. So if you have any small doubt also, you ask me. I'll tell you. Okay? Don't hesitate. See, no need to declare multiple times the variable, but still I am doing it. One more method is there, that is we call it as f string method. What we call it as f string method. That is, in the beginning of the statement you put one f. After that open a double quote. Same you write, but this time inside of flower bracket you directly mention a variable. Previously we just declared the position, but now directly put the variable there, but in the flower bracket only. Okay. Then good afternoon. See, we got the same output. All the three is giving you the same output. Done now? Executed now? Everyone? Okay. Now we have seen how to print a statement with the direct variables. Okay, we only declared the variable and we are directly use that. Okay, but this time I want to read value from the user. Now the developer is not giving the value, he is taking input from the user. Okay, so take read two values. Let's perform the basic one. Read two values from user and perform addition. But you should not directly give that. You have to read it from the user. Do it, everyone. Do you know which function you have to use? To read, you have to use a function called as input. See, I'll keep this in comment. Keep your cursor point here. You press Ctrl/, automatically it will be single line commented. Okay. What do you have to press? Keep your cursor point, press Ctrl/. What is the backslash? Forward slash or backslash? Backslash. Again, if you press that, it will come back. Again, if you press, it will become comment. Okay. So I'm taking a two variable x. So input, I'll just give a message, enter a value so that user will understand. Another one is a y value. Input, I'm taking one more variable, sum is equals to x plus y, print okay. If I execute this, it will execute or it will throw an error? Why you'll get error? Executing error is coming. Error is coming. Error won't come. Wait, I'll tell you. It won't throw any error, it will come. But instead of 5 plus 8 is how much? 13. But I am getting how much? Instead of addition, what it was performing? Concatenation. Why? Because if I shown you the type of x. What number I have given? Integer number. But it read it as what? Str means what? String. Even though I gave a input number only, but it read it as what? But if you see here, if I give a direct value, a is equals to 5. If I check the type of a, what I got? Here it understood it is integer. But why it didn't understood here I give the same value? You got my point, huh? Here I have directly declared a equals to 5. I treat it as an integer. But here I am reading from user, but it was giving me as what? String. It was telling me what it is, a string. How it is possible? Because input function, default it will read values as a string. Are you getting my point? Any value you give it to an input function, default it will convert it to which data type? It will convert into string data type. Okay. Now what I have to do? That string I have to convert into what? That's why in the beginning we have to mention the data type. Here you are going to use your data types. When you people are taking input from the user, you have to mention this. Now if I execute, same value I will give 5 and 8. So this time I got how much? 30. Understood? Understood or not? No. ಇದು in the print statement இல்லையா read statement எந்த statement இதா
நான் எந்த வேல்யூ
how it converted string to a number? Because in here I have mentioned int. Int means what? The data type integer. Even though its input readed as string, it was converting that value to an integer. Okay. It means in this way you people have 5. It means what? It is int of 5. It was reading as a integer value. Okay. Without that, if you people are without int, if you read in the sense, it will be always string. Input always hold value as what? String. Okay. Clear? See how many values you want? That many variables you have to declare. Okay. Done? Everyone? Raise yes or no?
Yes.
I want statement like this. And it's statement like this. Here I just written statement word was the sum is 13. But I don't want that. I want statement like this. I want statement like this. Dana, just what you have to do it here? Print. Either you can go with first print statement method or a second, third. I'll go with the third one. Okay. What is that? F string method. I return the sum of x, whatever may be the x value, and whatever may be the y value is stored in which variable? Yes variable. See, the sum of 3 and 9 is 12. Understood? If this statement, you have to write it in general print statement, means how many times you have to open and close. After this, you have to write x. After that, again you have to write what? And again after this, what you have to write? Y. Again you have to write what? Is. See. Both are giving you the same output, but which one is easy to write? First one or second one? Second one will be easy, right? See here, 3 times you have opened the quotes and 3 times you have closed the quotes. That will be difficult. This one will be easy. Dot format is also an easy. But again, instead of writing additional function dot format, you can use f-string method. Clear? Yes or no? Everyone? Now you got one idea how to read the input, how to calculate, and how to print. See, is it necessary that compulsory I have to store that calculated value into a variable? Here what I done, 2 values I read. I calculated and I store to variable. Then I am printing. Is it compulsory that? Instead of this, what we can do? Directly here you people can write what? X plus. Directly also you can able to do it. Understood? Done? Like more than 2 values in the sense? In reading x and y, huh? Uh, this one, huh? Yeah, I have to write it same. Like addition. We can use any variables, any number of variables. Not an issue. All of it done? How many input is necessary to calculate area of rectangle? What are they? Exactly same as above program only. There we had an addition of 2. But here also we are reading 2 variable. Instead of addition we are performing. That's it. Same. I need length. I'll take one variable called as what? L. Okay, L is equals to length and breadth will be integer value or float value. It can be float, right? Length and width can be float also. So if you give integer, you can't able to read and float value. So use a float. Using float, you can able to read integer value also, float value also. Float of input. ಇಲ್ಲ ನೀನೆಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಅಂದೆ ಆಫೀಸ್ ಹೇಳಿಲ್ಲ ನೀನು ನಿನ್ನೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ಎಂದು ಹೇಳಿಲ್ಲ ಏನು ವಿಷಯ Dana. See, I'll share you some questions. Some theory questions were there that write in your notes, okay? Some practical questions were there. You do it in Jupyter Notebook itself, okay? And I want to tell you one more thing. Every day assignment, you people has to upload in your GitHub profile. Everybody have your GitHub account, right? Those who are not having, please create an GitHub account. In that, create one repository as Python assignments. Is that clear? You want to create a repository as Python assignment. It may be practical or theory. Theory means make a PDF. Upload a PDF. If it is practical means directly upload a Jupyter Notebook file. Understood? If you don't know means come and ask me, I'll tell you. Done? Fine. Tomorrow I'll continue with the remaining things. All of you understood today's class? Everyone? Sure, ah? After the class, please scan the QR code and give your attendance every day. Don't miss it. Okay? In the ground floor, we have attendance QR code.